Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. Iconic monsters, wonky CGI, it has to be the planet of the Ood. Hello everyone, welcome to Still Got Legs, the only Doctor Who podcast in the world. My name is Nathan, I am the main host of this journey through time and space. I'm joined as always by my companion, his name is Lawrence Thomas Heisey. Hello and welcome to you.
Hello, I'm not going to let your nice tone distract me from you calling yourself the main host, and I don't think that's fair. And I will say that it takes, I think, an insecure man to keep reaffirming his positioning in the hierarchy. So think on that.
Okay, well, all I did was do a simple introduction to the show, and you've immediately taken that as a threat.
No, Nathan, I'm coming at you. This is an assassination of your character, I'll have you know.
You've got an immediately defensive for no reason. And second of all, okay, how many introductions to the show have you done? Oh, that's right, not a single one.
No, fuck you. I did one. No.
When?
Oh, that might have been the other podcast. They blur.
Yeah,
they blur together.
You've never done a single one for this. So even when I was sick, okay, you still forced me to power my way through the introduction. So
I gave you it was like a semi week off. I allowed you to do a really terrible intro that just worked on a surface level.
So that means nothing at all. Anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. This is, of course, our Doctor Who podcast, where each week we watch an episode of Doctor Who, not in random order, obviously in the order they came out from the revival era. We'll have to change that name sometime soon because, what do we call this era now? Who knows? It's all up in the air. Who knows? They're not there.
Who knows? Indeed, they had it on BBC iPlayer as Doctor Who 2005 to 2022, right? And then
but I'm not saying that every week.
No, and also I think they got rid of that. Now it's just it was there, and then they removed it, and now it's just Doctor Who.
No, it's not, because it was there today when I watched this episode.
Well, I saw it and it was gone. Not today. Okay. So maybe they've changed it back, Nathan. They're very indecisive.
I think you saw something on Twitter saying it was gone. And then you were just like, oh, yeah, it must be gone.
I'll have you know, I scroll past it almost every day when I'm just putting on a background episode of Confidential. So you can't speak to what I saw. You weren't there.
I'm going to go there right now.
Oh, do you know what? Do it.
I will. Because it definitely said, it says it right now, 2005 to 2022.
Like I said, they put it back. You're in cahoots with them. Right? You've got someone in the BBC in your back pocket, and you're just flexing on me because you're the main host and I can't handle it.
I am the main host. This is my podcast.
Fine. Well, if it's your podcast, Nathan, what are we talking about today?
We, Lawrence, are talking about Series 4, Episode 3, which is, of course, A Planet of the Ood. It's written by Keith, not your dad, Temple, and directed by Graham Harper, one of the mainstay directors of New Who.
That explains, and I'm glad that you've given the context that it was my dad. That explains why I have a note that I'd forgotten the reasoning behind that is in all caps just Keith. Now it makes sense.
Well, I said he's not your dad, first of all.
No, but as in Keith is my dad. Now that people have the context for Keith being my dad, my random note makes sense.
Great. Lovely stuff.
You're not doing that? Can I say your dad's name? You get weird about this.
You can say his first name.
All right. Gregory.
That's not his name.
It's quite a convincing fake dad name, though, right?
That's not my dad's name.
Carl, if you're listening, I didn't forget your name. I know your name.
He's not listening to this. He doesn't care about Doctor Who. He thought the anniversary was in October, didn't he? He doesn't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true, yeah. No, but that's cute enough. That's more than my dad did. I didn't get any message saying happy 60th Doctor Who or something.
Well, it hasn't been the 60th yet. Maybe you will.
That is true. Maybe my dad's just more informed.
Yeah, exactly. Trusting Keith, all right? Keith delivers, all right? Keith gave us the Planet of the Ood. I think it's just Planet of the Ood. No the.
Yes, you're right. It is Planet of the Ood. No the. I can't believe my dad wrote this, Nathan. What do you think about this episode? We'll do some overall thoughts.
Lawrence, I'll tell you what I think about this episode, but first I want you to tell me what you think about this episode.
Oh, I see. So you want to copy my work, do you?
Absolutely not.
This is like when the teacher comes around and you haven't done your homework and you're like, Lawrence, what did you put? I'll change it a little bit.
First of all, if I ever copy your opinions on anything, God help me, all right? Because you have some batshit fucking ones. You thought the fires of Pompeii was the worst thing you'd ever seen.
That's not what I said.
That is verbatim from your mouth, okay? So, like, I will never... there will be no point to me to copy your opinion because, like, awful stuff.
Fine.
The worst takes in history you have.
I think you're being mean, but I will concede. My opinion of this episode is that it's really good. I think it's a banger. I really like that they're revisiting the Ood. I didn't have time to watch all of it. I watched half of The Confidential, and like, there's a large focus on it being like, yeah, we left some storytelling opportunities and potential on the table back in season 2, and we were like, let's all go back and see what the Ood are getting up to. So I really, really like it. I think it's, again, Catherine Tate is like, I know she's done more episodes than 2, but she's in her second like episode where she has some heavy emotional work to do, and she like knocks it out of the park. And it's got a good little, well, not good, but a cartoonish villain. Like a good villain, a terrible bloke. But yeah, no, I like it. It's good. And I like the setting as well. Very fun episode.
Well, Lawrence, you may have not had time to watch all of Doctor Who Confidential because you're terrible at planning your time. But I'm good at it, so I did have time to watch it all.
Yeah.
So I watched the full episode. Thank you very much. So I just like to be on record as saying I did all the required work. And I had a very good time with this episode, Lawrence. You would say that there was some stuff left on the table with the Ood. I would say they just forgot about them entirely and then later realised that, oh shit, maybe we didn't do such a good job with the Ood before. Maybe we should try and redo some stuff here. And try to right some wrongs. Maybe they realised, not unlike a certain author, they realised they wrote a slave race who were happy to be slaves. And then they thought, maybe that's not the best message, unlike a certain author.
Yes.
And they corrected that. Whereas that author is now just fucking hopefully dead. That's not true.
I do like that in the bit of Confidential that I saw, they reframe it as like, because the last time the Doctor was really busy. The Doctor like had stuff to do, and it's like, no, you just didn't write it. Yes, Russell, the Doctor forgot. The fictional character of the Doctor forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, that's how that all went down. No, but I did enjoy this episode. It was a lot of fun. We're in the snow. We're in a ice planet with some terrible CGI, but it's still just a great place to be dropped into. The Ood are back. Love an Ood. I do love the Ood. I want an Ood, but like not as like a slave.
Whoa, hang on.
No. Listen.
Okay.
Not as like a slave, just like as a little friend.
As a mate.
Yeah, just a little friend in my house.
Is he your mate?
Yeah, we're mates.
Okay, I'm just checking, because you said you want one as a mate.
Yeah, I want a mate.
You're not mating with me, sunshine. Fucking Doctor Who joke.
Oh, that is the worst stuff ever. I reckon we'd have a podcast. Nathan and the Ood.
Hang on, where am I?
Oh, hold on. How many podcasts do you have currently?
Right, okay, 3, yes.
Okay, and how many am I? And how many of them do you do with me?
2.
Okay, so, little bitch boy, okay, before you get up on your high horse, which is made of glass, all right, do you want to put those stones down?
All I'm saying is, if you and the Ood are you talking about Doctor Who, or are you talking about general stuff?
No, we're just having a chat. It's Nathan and the Ood.
Oh, okay, in that's fine, then I accept that. If you're reaching into Doctor Who, then I was going to get my back up, but
maybe we'll delve into it sometimes.
Oh, no.
Have you ever delved into Doctor Who on your other podcast, Lawrence?
Nathan, it's time to move on.
Have you?
Once or twice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nathan, do you like the opening shots of this episode?
How does it open again? Oh, with the advert. The little advert. I do.
The Bohemian Rhapsody Ood.
It's not quite Bohemian Rhapsody.
Blackout background, white spotlights. They're in like 3 corners. They're missing the fourth
Bohemian
one.
Rhapsody is very specific. Bohemian Rhapsody is like a almost diamond of a diamond configuration of Queen.
Yes.
Whereas this is just There's 2 hoods in the background and 1 in the foreground.
That's a triangle. They're missing one, and then it's a diamond.
Yeah, but it's not. They're also not like up close to the camera and that type of stuff. It's like a full body shot. It's not the same.
I think with a bit of delightful editing, I could make a Bohemian Rhapsody shot.
Yes, yeah, that's the thing though with the editing. So that implies that it's not the Bohemian Rhapsody shot. You have to change it to get to that shot.
They laid enough of the groundwork for me to manipulate it, and I think it doesn't go unnoticed. I think that the advert is very funny. I like it's got some funky effects on it.
All right, well, everyone get ready because we're going to spend 20 minutes debating this advert right now. Okay, first of all,
it's advert.
First of all, there's a price dropped of 50 credits.
Yes.
Per ood. Now I will recognise that is a discounted price, okay? That is not the initial price, that is discounted. What that discount is, we don't know, but we would have to assume less than 50%, correct?
I would think so, but then there is a very strong reaction where he says, like, you know, he's bleeding me dry.
Yes, but I think if it was a reduction of more than 50%, that would garner a bigger reaction because that's half your profits just gone.
Yeah, and they would lean into the over half price off angle in the advert. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So 50 credits. So if we go by what we know about the credits currency conversion, which we worked out in the voyage of the damned.
Is this Nathan does a maths again?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
That's £1 fucking pound. That's £1 for an ood. What is going on? There is no consistency in this universe. And I don't really care. But, like...
I don't know. It would seem that the opposite of that is true.
It's £1. I mean, it's a good deal. But it's £1.
I would say, if you would say it's a good deal, I would say that's interesting. Because me, personally, I couldn't put a value on a human life. Oh, they're not human.
It's an ood. Yeah.
Damn, I fucked up my point where I implied you were a terrible person.
Great.
Damn it. I like that in this bit we get more like pseudo business. We had this in Partners in Crime, but we just get a little bit like, well, you know, the market's down, sir. We have to reposition ourselves. It's all baby's first business writing, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. Some of it's like...
it's
all very vague, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like it's a pure miracle that the CEO hasn't been informed of this dramatic price drop by this point, to the point where there are adverts going out across the many galaxies.
Was that the CEO at the beginning?
He's certainly high up, isn't he? I think he's talking about, like, I think it is the CEO because he said that his dad brought him to that ood brain when they were 6, and like that's like a you wouldn't do that to your kid.
I'm talking about the guy who died at the beginning.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh yeah, different bloke.
Which is it's a different guy.
They're interchangeable, aren't they? They're the big boss character.
Okay. Lawrence didn't watch the episode, everyone.
I did, and I watched half of Confidential.
Okay. Maybe he just watched half of Confidential. He didn't watch the episode.
It's not true.
All right, so the TARDIS has landed. It's on this planet, whatever it may be, and it's freezing. It's snow. Bit of fun.
It is funny. Fun. It is fun. I do like that there's like... The Doctor almost gives Donna like a bizarre look because she goes in and gets a coat, and I'm like, that's not weird. He's like, oh, you cozy? I'm like, yeah, she probably is better now. It's
fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I will say, Tennant is looking great, obviously, in his beautiful blue suit. He realised that he's been lacking for the past few episodes, so he's switched it up.
Fine.
All right, nothing. No.
We've milked this. I don't know. What do you mean, nothing?
This is a whole shtick. Come on.
Sorry. No, look, it looks good. It's a good combination. I do like the look together. Was he in his red shoes?
He always is, yeah.
Well, he's not always in them, though. He might have been wearing his little white plimsolls that he wears.
No, when he's in his blue suit, he's always wearing the burgundy boots. Yeah.
I see. Is it darker blue than it was in season 3?
Nope, same blue.
Are you sure? I don't think it is. I think it's darker.
No, definitely the same blue.
I'm thinking back to Smith and Jones, and that was like a bright blue suit.
You see, you do this. You get things in your head and you exaggerate them. You inflate them in your head.
I'm gonna Google it because I'm almost certain it was a different blue. I'm sure it was a darker blue suit.
It's the exact same blue. You can look at a side-by-side comparison.
I'm going
play both episodes right now.
I'm going to. Oh fuck! It is okay. Fine. It is.
What a shock!
You wanted me to delve into
also,
this.
What would be the point of that? Hey everyone, we changed the suit to a slightly darker blue, so slight that it's barely imperceptible to the human eye. What would be the point?
In my mind, it was perceptible. In my mind,
yes,
I thought
because you made it up. That's why.
Are you a fan of before the TARDIS lands? They're flying it together. We get a wide shot. Did you notice anything particularly egregious about this camera work and actors' performances?
I wouldn't say it's egregious. I'd say it's just a good bit of fun. Just to rock the camera, off you go to one side. Rock the camera, off you go to the other side. It's classic Star Trek acting, man. It's what it's. It's what the fun part about being on Doctor Who is. You get to do some fun crash acting.
And I know that, but I feel like it's never been
you wouldn't want to run about the TARDIS like it's crashing. You wouldn't want to fling yourself everywhere.
Of course I would, and I'd be lying if I said I hadn't like ran around my bedroom as a child pretending I was piloting it, right? But it's never been this like straight on. It's a seesaw. Like you have to assume the TARDIS is just going fucking on 180-degree angles, just horizontal and then flipping again.
Hey, time travel is dangerous, man. It's rocky. It's rough. It's not a straight, easy flight. I don't know what that was. It's not easy, all right? Unless you've got like 12 people to pilot it, all right?
Yes.
If it's just him on its own, then it's a bit rocky, okay?
Fine, I'll accept it. I know why. I'm just saying I've never seen it that blatant before, and it was fun, but it was also a bit silly.
The whole show is silly.
Yeah, but this is what we do. Silly. We point it out.
It's all silly.
All right,
You're silly.
Do you like? Do you think the where they land and like you say the big vast open snowy mountains? Does it feel like if Alaska was a Fortnite map?
It feels like a quarry in Wales with some fake snow on
it. No, right? Yeah, where they're actually acting. Yes.
Yeah.
Everything else is CG.
Oh wait, what are you talking about? You're talking about this grand vista with like the archways and the planet in the background and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly where the TARDIS lands and they look about and everything.
It looks like a Fortnite map to you?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I view like a big wide open space with a bridge.
Okay, yeah.
It felt very like a Fortnite map to me. I don't know. Maybe the Doctor's need to chug splash. Fucking move on.
Yeah, okay, great.
Well, right, so it immediately gets a little bit more serious because they're like, the Doctor's like, what's that noise? Can't you hear that? And Donna's like, nope. And then, obviously, they find, well, who do they find, Nathan?
They find an Ood in the snow, and he's dying. He's, it's the same Ood who killed maybe the CEO, maybe not, we don't know. And then we discover that, well, he's been shot, and he's not having a good time, basically. Yeah. As you wouldn't if you got shot.
No, yeah, typically, I've never been shot myself, but I can't imagine it being a laugh, and I would probably do the same thing this Ood does, which is die.
Yeah, probably same.
Yeah, that's just us, though. I do like it. I think it's like it's another moment where Donna just shows the empathy, and there's this like, I don't know, there's this kind of moment where we keep talking about how Donna shows empathy, but then the Doctor kind of just seems a bit more... Not cold, that's the wrong word. He's still kind of compassionate about the situation, but he's very, like, he's used to this more so than Donna is. And then, like, Donna goes to, like, pick up the translator orb that the Ood has, thinking that that's the way to, like, if you speak into it, the Ood will hear. And the Doctor's like, you don't need to do that. And then she kind of looks, I don't know, it's a detailed performance from Catherine Tate, and she looks like she's kind of, like, almost wasted a moment of this Ood's last moments. And there's a lovely performance from her, I think.
It was almost, the way the Doctor reacted to that, it was almost like like you did with Rose and Martha whenever they tried a bit of local lingo. It was almost like a, no, don't do that. But a little bit nicer, just a little bit softer.
It was a little bit.
Him.
Yeah, but do you see what I mean about it's still kind of like run-of-the-mill stuff for the Doctor. It's a little bit, he's used to this kind of stuff now. It doesn't affect him in the same way that it does for Donna, obviously.
Yes, he's definitely a lot more used to it than Donna is, but I'd say it still affects him. He's still showing compassion and that kind of stuff. He's not just like, oh, well, off we pop, you know? He definitely does have a reaction to it and is, at least a little bit upset by it. Don't get me wrong, he gets over it very quickly, but like he does.
Of course he does. They've got an episode of Doctor Who to go and do.
It's true.
So obviously that's a fat rip on. I wrote his name down as Delta 50, but it's not really a name, is it?
That was a designation.
Yeah, which is
a slave name.
Yeah, not great stuff.
Yeah, so it's quite telling that you're choosing to call him by that.
Okay. Shut up! Come on, it's the only thing I've got for him.
Well,
if I was gonna
want to remember him.
All right, if I was gonna fin it like from the sequels, what would it be? Delta 50, so Derry.
Del Boy.
Del Boy. Yeah, fine, Del Boy. Back at the base, we've got Big Boss Man coming in. He's just like us for real.
In his
He needs some scheduled hair tonics.
Come on now.
I've got a note that just says, "You ever fucked around with this shit like a hair thing?"
Only in Red Dead.
No, but like not a tonic necessarily, but like you ever tried to like bring your former glory back?
Never through like any products or anything like this. No, I know you have. I know you've bought a bit of Miracle Grow in your time.
I dabbled for about 2 weeks, and I went, "This is fucking stupid and pointless, and it looks so dumb. So I'm just gonna stop this."
I think it was a little longer than 2 weeks.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was. I think you're being generous to yourself there.
I
think it was a few months.
No, it wasn't a few months, and if it was, I didn't apply it every day. All right, I was off my scheduled appointments for it.
Okay.
Look, this guy is arriving. He's like, they've got a big like, is it like an investor meeting or like big buyers or something?
Yeah, something like that. Why doesn't he just go to fucking Turkey?
Yeah, he could do.
You can easily. You just go to Turkey. It's 4,000 years in the future. Surely they've got better fucking hair technology than 2,000 years in the future. Surely they got better hair technology than now.
Yeah, and it seems to be like his hair tonic seems to be like unscheduled. It just seems to be whenever the Ood goes up to him and is like, drink.
Well, just whenever he wants it, really. He's just requesting it at any point, really.
Yeah.
Just like drink.
But anyway, it's not, obviously, going to Turkey isn't an option for this man for some reason. So he's got his little shot glasses, which I guess is just water. I guess he's just necking water on the set.
Well, it's like Ood cum or whatever, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Well, it is.
No, Nathan, it's absolutely not.
It is.
Yeah, secretly it is some sort of Ood thing, isn't it? To make him an Ood, yeah.
It's Ood juice. Yeah.
Ood juice. Yeah, but we're going too far ahead, right? There's a big investors meeting or some sort of like whatever. The head of marketing is there to pitch Ood.
The head of marketing, the queen of Naboo herself, Lawrence.
Yeah, you have to give me some context on this one.
I mean, that's just what more context do you need from that? It's pretty self-explanatory.
The queen of, is she in? I take it she's in Star Wars.
Yes, it's Queen Jamila from Attack of the Clones.
There we are. See, these are the side. I don't know this much. These are the side things that you know that I don't.
I feel like everyone knows that.
I don't know that. No one knows that.
Everyone knows that.
If I went down my contacts list right now, I could bet you less than 5 people would know that. If I was in a gym.
Yeah, but you'd be selective and you'd be like your dad, your mum, your in-laws.
I think if you took a consensus of the entire Earth population, less than 20% people would know that.
All right, well,
it's a big place.
Like make me feel bad.
No, I have no means of actually doing this. I could be very wrong. I don't know that, but that's cool. Right, okay. Yes, right. So there's this big marketing meeting going on. Everyone's gathered, or they're like selling Ood, and the guy with his hair tonic is there, and he's like, whatever the fuck's going on. There's something going on with the Ood. Whenever there's Ood, there's a little bit of trouble. There's a red eye kind of curse, I guess, going around the Ood, and seemingly at random, they're just kind of getting the arse, for lack of a better phrase, and just scrapping some humans. Anyone's in sight. I like that. I like this with the Ood. I like that this is mentioned in confidential, but there's always kind of you're always partially on edge because sometimes they're the nicest and sometimes they'll kill you in an instant. And obviously that's not like a comment on the Ood's character because obviously there's other stuff at play. But I do like that sense of kind of uneasiness that they come with.
I don't think they would kill me. I think they'd like me. I think we could form a friendship.
And a podcast as well.
Yeah, like I said, Nathan and the Ood.
Just one?
It'd be great.
You're not inviting all the Ood?
No, I only have one Ood friend.
Oh, okay. But he chats to his boys and he's like, Nathan's cool.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
All right, how are you going to do this? How are you going to make sure that you don't get, firstly, like, how are you going to explain that you're a man of character that does not need to be killed by the Ood?
But just be nice to him. I'm not going to, like, immediately, like, go, you're my slave, and then start whipping him and forcing him to do all these menial slave tasks. We'll just be friends.
So
we'll go to the movies, we'll get an ice cream.
Would he
I'll
be like...
teach him how to play Fortnite. I don't know.
Play Fortnite?
We'll have a great time.
You and the Ood?
Yeah, we'll have a great time.
And he's like, this map looks just like my planet.
I don't think he will. That's not a thing.
All right, so... this is fucking stupid. I love that it's the future, and that things are still being said. Like, I've chatted to most of you investors on the vid phone. I do love. I just love. What year are we in now? I think it's 4126. They say. Oh yeah, but like, what are we in production time? Like 2007, 2008.
2000. Yeah, came out in 2008. So written and filmed 2007.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty. What was out in 2007? Anything that even remotely resembled a vid phone?
2007. Let's see. Well, Skype was kicking around.
Yeah.
In 2007, was it? It was the early days of Skype, and like
it was the arse end of MSN, right? MSN was on the way out.
Oh, I think MSN was dead by this point. MSN was MSN died around like 2005, 2006. It died.
Could you get MSN on the phone though? Could it be a vid phone? Because they wouldn't have had front cameras phones in 2007, would they?
No. Well, they would have had camera phones. But video calling on a phone wasn't really a thing then.
Yeah,
that wasn't a thing. That was a bit of a sci-fi concept still.
I do love that they're in the year, like, whatever you said it was, like 20... No, what did you say?
4126.
Fuck me, yeah, so they're that far in advance. And Russell's... The height of Russell's, like... Oh yeah, no, this would be a thing by then. Vid phones. That man's gonna have a very shocking in 2008. He's gonna have a very shocking next couple of years. Is all I'll say.
I like that they've got all these big fucking absolute unit watches that they all communicate on, and it's like the size of an absolute rock on your wrist. But like I mean, we're only like 10 years out. Well, 12, 13 years out from this or whatever, and like we have much better technology than I know. Like.
Imagine how baffled it would be if I was it's like, yeah, I've spoken to you on the vid phone. It's like it's how most people talk to each other now, just through a FaceTime call or something.
We're doing it right now. In the early episodes of Still Got Legs, I mentioned this episode and its set design for it, like trying to look futuristic, but just not quite getting the mark. Just like the plastic IKEA furniture, the like white chairs and tables and that type of stuff. And it's like, look how cool and futuristic it is, isn't it? Oh, it kind of just looks like some weird designs from 2007, but sure.
It is. I can commend the try though. It's a very honest attempt, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. There's some absolutely terrible fucking wobbly CGI, and I do like that they're like. It's rustic, isn't it? It's meant to be a bit, like, outdated. And the point of the episode is like, this is outdated. This is not a practice that should be happening. And it's all, like, I don't know. Say I'm reaching, but...
I think you're reaching.
Okay.
I think you're reaching. Like, it's not rustic in the same way, like, Star Wars is rustic.
Yeah,
like,
true.
That's intentional. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't in the 70s. But, like, now it is, like, sort of intentionally rustic.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just like, this is a factory from 2007, and this can also be a factory in 4126. So like, why not? Yeah,
it's true. I feel like the design of it as well is a bit all over the shop. Like it seemingly does everything. It can host investor meetings. It is somewhere where they directly ship the Ood from, and it's somewhere where they're also grown.
I'll tell you what, shout out to shipping containers, which have not changed design in over 2,000 years. That's how you know you have an MVP of a product right there, okay?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and you couldn't even tried.
Exactly. Fucking hell, absolutely. Oh, we're being pedantic there, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, we are being pedantic, but, you know... but I think it would look sillier if they like tried to do anything else. Like if they tried to make
like
it
a future shipping container. Like, ooh, it's I don't know.
Whoa, future cargo.
Oh, it's sleek and triangle shaped for some reason.
Yeah, it's way more inefficient. It can fit far less things in it.
Yeah.
And whenever you open the door, it always falls out on you because you're at the point of the triangle.
Exactly. Bad design. I don't know why they would have done that, to be honest. But yeah, there we go.
Indeed. So you get immediately, you kind of the Doctor and Donna sneak into this like investor meeting, this kind of whatever's going on there.
We get another great Mr. Dr. Donna, Mrs. Donna, whatever the fuck that is joke.
Elegantly explained, Nathan.
You know what I mean.
I do, and they do too.
Yeah.
It's time for them to pull their weight. You understand what we're saying. Imagine we said something funnier. But I like that they're just the Doctor and Donna. They're very good at this kind of. It's seemingly like most things they do is just get in somewhere. I know the Doctor's flashed the psychic paper and stuff before, but it seems like most of the stuff they do is just go, "Hello, we're supposed to be here. Actually, what's going on?"
Yeah. I'd honestly, I think that would work most of the time. I wouldn't question that. If I was holding a meeting and someone came over to me and went, "I'm supposed to be on this," I'd be like, "Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I have no reason to doubt what you're saying. So, like, sure, come on in.
Yeah.
It's only going to be me who gets in trouble if you miss it. So, sure, come along."
Exactly. The risks outweigh the risk of them just coming along anyway. Like, also, you'd be amazed at the lack of verification. I have something booked, and I can't say it too loudly because she might hear. I have something booked for my wife's birthday, and I lost the email like a stupid boy.
I know what it is. It's, you're going to...
Right, Nathan. she could listen to this. Don't do that.
She won't listen to this.
Travis, bleep that, please.
She won't listen to it. Let's be honest. She absolutely will not listen to it.
What if this is the one week where she's like, "I'm going to support this podcast and check it out"?
No, there's no way.
But anyway, I lost the email and I had to call them up and I said, "Hello, I've lost the email. I'd like it to be resent." And they literally just asked for my name. I gave it to them and they went, "Sure, no worries, here it is." And I was like, I could have been anyone.
Yeah, but what's the risk there? You could have been anyone, but they sent it to the same email. Like,
true, yeah.
So what's the? You could have been anyone, but then at the same time, the guy who originally bought the tickets just got another email. Oh no! How tragic.
And he's like, "Oh, what's this? Okay, cool." I could have hacked my own email. Someone could have hacked my email.
I mean, yeah, but if you went through all that trouble, then fair enough. You've earned it.
I mean, yeah, at that point, yeah. Fuck my wife's birthday, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on him. She's like, well, why can't we do anything tonight? I'm like, because someone else deserved this. Someone else had this.
Someone else wanted it more, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I lost the email in the first place, so there we go. But anyway, right, it is, 4126, the second bountiful human empire which stretches across 3 galaxies.
Yep.
That's not a good thing. That sounds bad.
Well, yes. Yes. Human empire sounds bad. Yes.
Yes.
But stretching across galaxies, that's all right.
That's cool. I like that kind of concept. Going to a different. Well, I mean, obviously, a galaxy's fucking massive, so there's way more planets and everything else. So that's quite cool.
The human empire has very negative connotations in like, oh, this planet's ours now. Like,
especially considering their main income seems to be like the distribution and selling of slaves, which
and given our entire history, so like all that stuff we kind of sweep under the rug and like Britain's great. Remember World War II? We helped.
We do. We slander the Americans so much, but like that's our bad. All right. It's your bad too.
We've done a lot of atrocities, all right, folks. Like, there's a lot of shit we are responsible for. But
we can only hope that in the year 4126 that we have grown and learned.
Well, apparently not. Apparently we've regressed because we're...
true.
We're part of the human empire, and we're like, we'll take these planets. Why not? Sure.
It seems like something we should do.
Yeah, this is ours now. We live here.
Did they say there was something going on with Earth? They mentioned what actual Earth was getting up to?
Yeah, I've heard Donna says, like, how's Earth going? And I think he said, it's all right, a bit full, overpopulated probably, but all right for the most part.
Why is it full? We got 3 galaxies, spread out.
Everyone's been shagging.
Yeah, I get that they've been shagging, Nathan. But
And there's probably more races part of the Empire now.
that's true, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, we know what we're like. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big if. Could be like, no aliens allowed, only humans.
It's far more likely they went 3 galaxies. Well, once we clear them out, they'll be great. It's
Yeah.
far more likely as to what's happened. Anyway, Nathan, there is something a little bit fishy going on in Warehouse 15.
Why? What's happening in Warehouse 15, Lawrence?
I will say that we're not allowed to know until later, because
All right,
the episode
we'll
keeps
talk
it
about
a
it
nifty
later.
secret.
All right, great.
But no, but it's alluded, right? There's clues laid. There's obviously something going on, and it's obviously something that has been like well preserved and is very daunting to the eye to see. Like some people find it quite emotional, and obviously with the added context that the kind of chief scientist bloke is part of the Friends of the Ood, which is obviously an organisation that are fighting to, I guess, free the Ood.
It's a bit of a spoiler alert right there.
No, they're here, and we're 45 minutes in. Like, give it the program, right? But yeah, with the added context of that, like there is a nice moment, and you can twig it if you remember that. Well, if on your rewatch you remembered that he was a little a friend of the Ood. He just gets quite emotional about it. He looks at it, it's quite sad, and he says like, obviously you've heard it and seen it and heard about it and everything, but like nothing quite compares you to actually like witnessing it for the first time, which is yeah. And then obviously once it's revealed what it is. Sucks. It's fucking terrible. No good.
What do you mean? As in like it sucks from like a writing perspective? Or?
No. I think it's a terrible thing to do to a group of people, and also I guess it sucks. Now I'm adding this in the context of like visually, it's fucking terrible. it's like nesting consciousness levels of CGI bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
No,
really. This is like we don't talk as much about the budget these days because it has gotten obviously bigger than from where we started.
Yeah.
But like
they're going to IKEA and they're decking out their sets.
They're saving money on this episode. I feel like they're cutting corners where they can. I feel like
it's very true. That you know sometimes like IKEAs have those showrooms already set up.
Yeah.
I've often thought like on a budget that would be like some young upstart filmmaker could strike a phenomenal deal to film scenes of like homebound scenes in someone's IKEA. Maybe this is just that on a larger scale.
I don't think so. That'd be a nightmare.
Nah, you film it at night, light it properly. You could do a whole day's work in there undisturbed.
But there's like walls missing and everything.
Yeah, but you'd shoot it from like a close up of like a family home on the sofa. You'd obviously, I mean, like on fucking the TARDIS has half missing, Nathan.
Yeah, but not like.
And we know,
I'll be honest. It's been a while since I've been to IKEA, so
yeah,
I don't really know. But from what I remember, it wasn't like here's a whole living room.
You don't. Nah, they've got like pretty hefty setups. Like I could take a little selfie, send it to you. You'd think I was in someone's house if you didn't know I was in IKEA.
What about all the signs that say, "Oh, here's the Flurgenstocken Blurgen," and it's like $7.50 or whatever.
Yeah, but if you were filming in it, you'd take them off, wouldn't you? And then you'd get permission and you'd put them back on after.
That sounds like a lot of effort, if you ask me.
I'm sure filmmaking can be, to be fair. Anyway, right, so yeah, they sneak off. The Doctor and Donna, they're like, right, I've had enough of this tour. This tour's bollocks. We're going to go find out what's actually cooking, what's actually going on here.
Yeah.
And they sneak out, which I quite like, which takes them where, Nathan? Pop quiz.
Be honest, I have no idea.
You got to be on your toes, all right? Every now and again, I'm going to check in on you. I'm going to call on you and see if you're listening.
I wasn't listening.
Did your teacher ever do that to you?
Yeah, I was thinking about IKEA. I wasn't listening.
I saw your eyes wondering, Nathan. I thought I'm going to pick on you. You know that thing when you're like, if I don't look at the teacher, they're not going to choose me. But like, the more the people that look away, it's like, I'm going to zero in on you. That's what I'm doing. Nathan, they're in the shipping container.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, have we done the song bit yet? Or is that later?
Yeah, no, we haven't got to the captivity song yet, but I did skip over the bit where the boss man pours what he thinks is his hair tonic into the Ood brain and goes, have one on me. And I just think that's a weird thing to do.
Yeah, the brain's not going to grow any hair, is it?
Imagine you come back later and it's just got like a little toupee on.
Well, it wouldn't, because it's not hair tonic. It's like Ood cum or whatever. We've already established this.
Maybe it makes the brain stronger. Maybe the brain's like, I like this.
It's even more Ood now.
Yeah. Nasty business. Anyway, shipping containers.
Yeah, shipping containers. They look great. We love that shipping container. It's a classic design.
Yeah.
2,000 years old, going strong. I love it.
Just cannot do better.
Anyway, moving on. Next scene. No.
No, there's a massive thing here.
Yeah, I know. There's a I tell you what, there's a fun little chase. I'm almost certain you'll probably want to talk about a certain character in this scene a little bit later.
You'd be correct, yeah.
Okay, great. So that's fine. But it's a fun little chase sequence. Little game of like whatever that game is. You know, the arcade claw game.
The claw, but like it's kind of seemingly has no limit to where it can go and how quickly it can operate. I like in the confidential for this, David Tennant is like, yeah, I don't think they stunted me for any of this. I don't think there was any doubles. I like throwing myself at walls and shit.
I tell you what, for an episode with mostly terrible CGI, the claw looked good.
The claw did look very good, yeah.
The claw looked there was moments where I was like, is that real claw? Like especially when it came down like over him. It was never a real claw at any point. But like there were certain times where I couldn't tell. So.
I think that's the purpose of that. I think is probably because they, and this is on confidential as well. They had to have the previs, so Tennant had a reference for what he was doing.
Look at this guy. He's watched half of Confidential, and he thinks he knows everything.
I'm just quoting all of Confidential. I may as well not talk on this podcast, and then when you break for air, just play a bit of Confidential. No, but I think.
Do you know what I love about Confidential? Clearly, they realize they don't have enough material to fill out 45 minutes. So they're like, Anthony Head is like, well, this isn't the first time the Doctor's encountered a monster. And then they just play a 5-minute montage of various monsters from the past episodes. And it goes on for so long. So long. And it's just set to some kind of popular song at the time. And then it's just 5 minutes of like various clips from past episodes of Doctor Who. And then it just moves on to something entirely different, as if that didn't matter at all.
I'm a big fan of. I said this right. I think I tweeted this out. Like, I think the editing in Doctor Who Confidential is fucking world class. Right, I think it's amazing. And I watch for my job. I watch so much shit behind the scenes stuff. Right, so much of it. And this is like the best packaging I've ever seen, right? I was not prepared for when I switched on Confidential for the first frame to be an Ood doing a dance to the Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake, right? You can't get better than that. It's fucking great. I love it.
It's pretty good.
It's very
good stuff.
It's very good. But yeah, I think the claw probably looks good because they had the previs done, so they probably had.
Fuck off with your previs. No one cares.
I think they worked. They worked hard on it. They obviously started it before they started the other stuff, and I think it shows. We're here to talk about Doctor Who, Nathan, and you brought it up. You brought up the quality of the picture. Okay.
I did. I don't want to know how it works though. I just want to know. I just want to see it.
Fine.
Right.
You go stare at it then.
I will. I'm gonna go look at that claw tonight.
Nathan's like, I hate knowing how Doctor Who is made. Anyway, what's going on with Doctor Who Confidential this week?
Nothing, just 45 minutes of montages of aliens. That's what.
Yes, but anyway, so there's all the stuff that goes on in there. We'll leave some of the stuff that happens in that scene until a little bit later. But I think the imagery of like Donna opens up the shipping crate and there's like 100 Ood packed in like sardines. And like,
yeah, not nice. Not particularly nice.
It's not great. And like she like comments on the smell of it, and I'm like, yeah, this is not good to do. This is really not great imagery.
Yeah. Very, very much not nice at all. Obviously trying to evoke the we don't have images of this, but there's like drawings and plans and stuff of like slave ships from like that era and how they was all packed in and everything like that. Very, very unpleasant stuff if you've seen like the actual plans and like how those drawings turned out. Like really not nice. And I feel like they're trying to kind of evoke some of that imagery and just overall just a general unpleasantness because spoiler alert, slavery not pleasant really.
Yeah, no one come at us for that take. All right, we're not the pioneers of saying this.
Not that nice.
No, not that great, and we're against it actually as it goes.
We are.
I think they're doing a very good job at like.
That's for us because we're against slavery.
Thank you, everyone. You're too kind. I think they're doing a good job of a second go at the Ood. I think, obviously, like we said at the start, they left so much shit unexplored.
Yeah,
and this is hard hitting stuff. I do think this is this is where we go on and we kind of get the Ood, the kind of what I think they call them unprocessed Ood. which is just the natural born ood.
Yeah, no wires, no translatable or anything like that. Just raw.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. It's such a fucking great scene, and I love it where like Donna is she's such a person that's, I mean, she was actively seeking out the Doctor. That was the start of her arc as a companion, as like a mainstay on the show, to explore new life and to explore new worlds. And the way she leaves the TARDIS, like in the start of the episode, it's so friendly and she's so ready to see life. And then so quickly she can forget that like it just fucking can suck. Like everything has a good side and a bad side to it. And you know,
definitely. I do like that the Doctor very much says that, like, yeah, I kind of did fuck up with the Ood before. You know, I didn't really take notice of them, just let them all die. I kind of feel like I owe them one, he says.
Yeah.
And that's probably a big understatement, I would say.
Yeah, you left them to die, bro.
Yeah. I still remember that shot of the Impossible Planet where it's like going into the black hole. It's just the shot of just loads of Oods just looking terrified as they all just go to their deaths, which is not nice.
She's like, I served all you guys orange juice for like fucking so many years, and this is the reward I get while you guys scuttle off to safety.
Not nice at all.
No.
But yeah, this scene in the little prison or whatever, it's very, very haunting when Donna gets to hear the song, and it's. I wouldn't want to hear that all the time. Like, and just the way the Ood is looking at her is like it's singing this like really sad and haunting and painful song. Like, fuck me, that the emotional I mean, she can hear it for 5 seconds. She's like, fuck this, man. I can't be doing with this all the time. Like, not in a nasty way or anything, just because it's a lot. Like, it's a lot to have that, and like, I do not blame her at all for wanting the Doctor to take that away, because that sounds rough, man.
And to like take her away in a way as well, because she actively like obviously once the Ood are liberated and once they've made an impact that's meaningful, Donna obviously reassesses and considers something else instead. But like her instinct is to pull away and to say, "Take me home." Like there's only so much like kind of, and she's so empathetic, and obviously what happened last episode was so fucking emotional and kind of, I guess, traumatic for her in a way that like this shit's fucking hard. And I love the kind of, it does come back at the end, but her wanting to go home and then her reframing it is like, no, it hurts me, but there's a responsibility here. Like, and I guess she's in a place where she can't really trust the Doctor to do this on his own. Because
she's perceptive. I'll tell you what, she's very perceptive. She has her line a little bit later where she's like, they're obviously peaceful. They're peaceful. They have to be. They're born with their brain in their hands. Like, any creature like that would have to trust absolutely everyone it comes across. So they have to be a peaceful race. And the way she like just like immediately picks up on that and then shows the Ood, both of them really show the Ood compassion, the whole, you know, Dr. Donna friends, that type of stuff. It's very sweet. It's very nice. And yeah, she's good. I love Donna. She's great.
She is great. And the scene in particular when she's like, well, when the Doctor is kind of like beckoning the Ood that's obviously terrified in a cage to come closer. It's like how you like, and this is not to sound insensitive, and obviously it's a fucking Ood, it's not real, but like not to sound insensitive to like the nature of the source material and what's being addressed here. It's like, it looks like a scared animal. It looks like it's like cowering and shaking, and it's just fucking gross. And it you know, when you consider it, and like Donna says it, I think in the scene that follows, and like you just said, where of course they'd have to be peaceful. Their brains in their hand. They have to trust everyone they meet. For it to be so unwilling, I think is very telling of the Ood's character. And like they're so unwilling, but the Doctor looks friendly, so they still open up. And as far as they know, this is just another human that's there to do whatever job he needs to do. So yeah, I love that. I really like how they've transitioned the Ood into this far more like soulful creature that doesn't harbor any ill will. Like they want their liberty and their freedom, but they're not a violent people by any means.
Yeah, absolutely not. No, definitely not. They're very nice. Here's something. I have just noticed for the first time that you have a plant pot with a little smiley face on it.
Yeah, I believe it's called a jelly cat. It's like a special sort of stuffed toy thing.
It's a stuffed toy?
Yeah, it's not a real plant. Yeah, it's a bit dark. You can't see it. It's low light, but yeah, it's a little fluffy, like a little squishy thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
well,
I have a real plant. It's just on the other side.
No one cares, Lawrence. So what happens next after we get the trauma? Is
Well,
that when they get taken prisoner?
No, not quite. There's still a little bit more trauma because they get the necessary context for anyone that doesn't watch the episode and just listens to these like a maniac. There's the context of they get lobotomized, right? The brain is in their hands, and they essentially... Yes. I don't know what they do to it. Obviously, the episode's vague. It's dealing with some pretty grim shit. But they, I guess, strip it and slap the translator on it as a way of... I think it's like a control situation, but it's also a...
I think they say the brain's cut off.
Fucking... Okay, that's not good. That sucks even worse, yeah.
The brain, I think they say it's cut off and then replaced with the translator ball, which is then wired in.
And connected to that hive mind situation, which makes them subservient, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. Either way, look, they do something and they manipulate the Ood in some way. It's a bit convoluted, but they manipulate the Ood in a way that cuts them off from each other and makes them service bound, essentially. Which is very grim and not good to do.
Not nice.
Yeah. And this guy's a fucking... Right, the boss is a fucking Nazi, is what happens next.
Okay.
No, he is. He talks about gassing a batch of Ood.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, makes a clear fucking... reference to like Hitler and the Holocaust and everything else by saying the old...
Does he?
He says the old ways still work. The old methods still work. When the doctor says you're going to gas them, and he says, yeah, the olden tactics still work.
Oh, I never took it as that.
What did you take it as?
Well, I don't 4126. I don't know their history.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I just think maybe there is a lot of distance there, so maybe it was about something else. But in our history, we've known people to be confined like this, and that method is very like synonymous and famous for one historical thing.
It's a fair point, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's a fair point. I can't argue with it.
It's gross.
And I won't.
Yeah, no, thank you, Nathan. Firstly, thank you very much. But yeah, anyway, to move on to something a bit more lighter, we go back to the investor meeting, and one guy absolutely fucking loves a free bar.
What's going on? Oh, this guy did my head in, man. I wanted to punch him. I'm glad he died.
Yeah, fuck him, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, first of all, but this is going back a little bit, but earlier on in the episode we get a little demonstration of what you can do with the Ood, and it turns out there's little customizable options, so you can have the standard Ood voice in the translator, or for the gentleman after a long day of work, you can have a nice sexy lady Ood. Can you imagine that?
Or Nathan, for the really distinguished, what's the third option?
It's Homer Simpson. No, but can you imagine just some absolute fucking freak who has an Ood and he's like, oh, rough day at work, can't wait to go home and see my Ood, and it's like, hey baby, how are you? How was your day at the office? And then it's just a big fucking Ood with the fucking tentacles and everything, and he's like,
hey.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock it, all right? Don't knock it. People are into whatever they're into. I think it's fucking weird, but people can be into it. Oh, no, actually, in the context of the Ood's placement in this relationship? Yeah, no. They're fucking weirdos. They're real weirdos.
Sounds like Lawrence is defending slavery once again.
No, that's not what's happening. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's... what a time capsule to be like, it's Homer Simpson as well.
Yeah. Also, I don't think it was. I don't think it was a Homer Simpson, because it was very quick and it was just dough. But like,
yeah,
something about it sounded off. Like, it didn't sound like Dan Castle in that. So I feel like they couldn't got the rights to it. So, and they never said like Homer Simpson. They just said like classic comedy.
Yeah.
So I think they just got like a rough off the cut, sound alike sort of thing, but
somewhere in a cut clip on Confidential is just like a team going around saying like, we're actually doing competitions so you can do the best Homer Simpson impression today.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. You don't need to ask us why. Legally, I think we have to pay the winner something, but it won't be much.
Fun fact.
Yes.
This might be fun for no one, but it's fun for me. In The Simpsons, the word dough, the Homer's expression dough, has never once appeared in the script. As such, it's always annoyed grunt.
Ah, so who's the voice actor for Homer?
Dan Castellaneta.
So arguably he has made probably one of the most iconic lines in television history, just off the cuff on a whim.
Possibly, yeah.
That is insane. That is genuinely quite insane.
Yeah.
That's like James Earl Jones in the booth and be like, hang on, George, I'm going to give this one a go. I am your father. I don't know where that came from. I just wanted to lay that one down for you guys.
Be mad if he did it like that as well.
Yeah.
It's very casual, like, and just, I'm your dad.
I'm your father. What's going on? Oh, no, it's Gregory.
Your riffs are all over the place today.
They are. Yeah, so there's basically an Ood revolution. The guy that gets fucking killed, the guy that loves the free bar, he's like one of the first to die, and essentially the Ood rise up. They've all got their red eyes. The Doctor and Donna are in a spot of bother until, say their words and they're mates. And I think it's Sigma. That like raises their hands up because Sigma seems in charge. That's what's going on, right?
Yeah, Sigma's in charge. Solana, who is the head of marketing, she had like a sort of crossroads moment earlier where she could have gone with the Doctor. She could have gone with him and Donna and helped out and made a difference. And she chose not to. And she went back to her people to carry on doing her job. And then when the Oodvolution proper kicked off, she then told some guards to shoot to kill the Ood. And then after that, hey Siri, play Karma Is My Boyfriend by Taylor Swift.
It's fucking...
Oh, wait, no, that's actually going off. Hey Siri, stop. That's actually going off.
Yeah, I mean, fuck her, right? She deserves it, right? Even the crossroads moment, like, that's your moment to just be, like, 5% better than you've been. You've been awful.
Yeah.
You're still irredeemable. You've actively been probably the most, like, prevalent at pushing. As the head of marketing, you have spread this like a fucking plague, right? This horrible fucking business and everything else, right?
This is really annoying me. The song is called Karma, not Karma Is My Boyfriend. That has been annoying me since I said it. It's been eating away at me. I'm like, people are gonna call me fake. They're gonna call me fake. I can't handle it.
He's not a fake fan. You do not know how hard this man tried to get his eras tickets. All right, you wouldn't call him fake if you knew. All right, that's all I'm saying.
The pain I went
through. We all slur our words from time to time, and we'll get to that in a minute in the episode. But cut Nathan some credit. Cut him some slack. Cut me some slack as well for being messy as fuck this episode.
My God, man.
Yeah. Listen, like I say, if she went with the Doctor and Donna, it's not enough to redeem her either way. But like the fact that she just doubled down on being fucking terrible and like transparently awful. Fuck her, yeah.
I don't know if she's been transparently awful. I feel like she was someone who, the Doctor was right. She knows it's wrong. She knows, like, I don't think she necessarily agrees with it, but I feel like she was in a position where she's got a job, she's got her benefits and that type of stuff. It pays her mortgage, that type of stuff. Is she really prepared to lose out on all that sort of stuff?
I think for like ending a regime of 200 years of slavery, I'd do it. Like to be that. Yes,
when it actually comes down to it, would you give up everything you had?
She has successfully engineered an incredible fucking feat in marketing, right? To push this as far and wide as it goes. She seems to be the sole person in charge of covering 3 galaxies. She can get a job somewhere else. You don't need fucking to be on the side of like pushing slave trade. That's terrible.
No, absolutely. Yeah, of course.
And I think
I'm just saying, I feel like she, well, I don't even know what to say this one. I sound like it.
Say it and we'll decide whether Travis cuts it. And you'll just have to live with the fact that me and Travis know you're terrible.
I just it's complicated. I don't know.
Nathan, follow me here. Follow me here whilst I dig
away.
for you.
No, I'm going to cower away and back out and just move on.
Okay. Nathan, would you say that to be complacent is to be complicit?
Sure.
Excellent. We're both on the right track. Let's just move on for your sake.
I'm cancelled now.
I'm sure what you were going to say was well-intentioned. Were you going to try and like reframe it of like, you know, like if this is certain people's way of living, it's easier to say you'd be a good person if you were, you know, it's easy to judge the past, are you saying?
Yeah, it's easier to say you'll do it than to actually do it. That's kind of like what I'm coming at, really. Yeah. Thank you.
You're so welcome. we could. I'm sorry, but we couldn't leave it like. Yeah, no, I do know what you're saying, but I think like we can't ever know that, and I would like to assume that from knowing myself, I would like to argue that like a sense of ethical duty would kick in, and I would recognize something. I mean, like we know shit right now in present day life. Not to get into anything that isn't Doctor Who, because who the fuck asked for it? But like we can see stuff now clear as day that is just fucking terrible in our modern context, and like we know what we're against in life now. So I would think it would be the same in that scenario, especially because I'd have a vid phone and I could always ask you what I should be up to.
Great, as long as you've got your vid phone,
exactly,
and your welcome pack with 3D tickets, whatever the fuck those are.
I don't want. That sounds like something I'd never need.
3D ticket. Sounds like more of an inconvenience than anything.
Yeah, I need to hang on. I've got to be in like a room. I've got to set up my 3D ticket. No, yeah, fucking awful. Some things just should be 2D, like movies.
Nah, make them all 3D. I say.
Nah, you terrible man.
I saw Doctor Who in 3D. I saw the 50th anniversary in 3D.
How was that?
Good, very good.
Was it just that one scene of the Time War that was basically the most 3D of it all?
No, it was the whole episode.
See, I can't stand that. I find it distracting when, like, if I'm watching like Matt Smith and fucking what's her name, Clara? Who's Clara?
Jenna Coleman.
Yeah, if I'm watching Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman just like having a dialogue scene, but one of them's fucking got their head 2 inches from my face, I'm like, why? It's fucking distracting.
But they don't. They don't though. It's not like they're stood in a way or like pointing things at you or anything like that. It just adds more depth.
I think a good cinematographer can add more depth, and that's their job.
Oh, you're so annoying.
Right, but it's a fact. It's a fact.
Oh my god, have a day off,
Nathan.
Man, have a day off.
Just because you're masturbating over the volume on these fucking
Lawrence Scorsese over here. Fucking hell, have a day off.
Oh no,
man.
who would? It's such a crime to be compared to like an incredible director and just a nice guy in general.
Great, move on. I'm so bored of you film nonsense, man. Oh, I love cinema. We get it.
No, I fucking said a cinematographer's job is to add depth to a camera. That is their fucking job.
Only real cinematographers can add the depth. You can't actually get that with a 3D camera.
No, you get depth with a 3D camera, but it's like a fucking pop-up book. You know those stupid fucking books you open for children and they just kind of inflate forwards?
Lawrence, it was a one-off anniversary special. It was a celebration of the show, and for it, they decided to do something fun, which they don't usually do. And here you are like, well, actually, real cinema isn't like this. A real cinematographer would do it without 3D. Thank you very much.
Oh, fun. Fuck you. I watched it at home and it was good, and I had probably a better time than watching it with 3D glasses on.
I really doubt you did, because that is the best experience I have ever had watching Doctor Who. Okay?
Fine. All right, fine. Anyway, the boss is slurring his words. There's a big ood revolution, and the Doctor...
An ood-volution.
the ood-volution. Is that the name of your podcast?
No, it's Nathan and the Ood.
Oh, my mistake. Does the Ood not have a name in this scenario? Are they just the Ood?
No, yeah, they have a name, yeah, but it's like that's just our like brand name.
Right? Oh, I see. And their name is Song as well, so you couldn't really say it. Like it's just a beautiful orchestral piece.
No, it's Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. Fuck's sake. Okay, fine. Oh gosh! Right, not the scientist. The big boss is slurring his words. Nathan, he's all over the shop. He's not having a good time. They've all gone down to see what's
because he's been drinking ood cum.
Yeah, stop saying this.
But am I wrong?
Yes. Yes, you are.
I think I'm not. Ood Sigma's been giving him ood cum. He's been microdosing him for like 5 years or whatever with ood cum.
Do you know, for no reason at all, the other day I listened to like the first episode of this podcast and we were so intent on being like, this should be an all ages experience.
We've brought that up for like the past 5 episodes now. Let's move on from that. I reckon.
Fine. But the point still stands. Anyway, right, so yeah, he's been drinking what he's been drinking. Right, you call it what you call it. No, stop. And Sigma's been a naughty boy, basically. He's been
No,
slipping.
he hasn't. He's been doing the right thing, I would say.
Yeah, as in like.
If you would class that as naughty, then fair enough, Lawrence. That's your prerogative.
Stop doing.
But, me personally, I think he's actually doing the right thing.
There's only one. There's only one host
on his slaver.
There's only one host this episode that shat the bed about what's something they've said, and it weren't me. All right, he's been. I wrote it down. He's been drinking ood graft.
Ood cum. Ood graft doesn't sound any better, does it?
No,
Sigma grafting away to create that.
Stop.
Come on, man.
You come on, man. Sigma, come on, man. No, stop. This is enough.
Horrendous. No, Sigma has been patient. The doctor says, like the what?
Cut this. He's been edging.
Oh, come on. Don't cut that, Travis. Leave that in. Let everyone hear how terrible that is.
Oh, God.
Let everyone hear Lawrence and shame him for that. Like he deserves to be shamed. No, he's been patient. He's been he says like the telepathy field affects Ood in different ways. You know, some in anger, some in revenge and rage and the rabid and all that sort of stuff. But with Sigma, it came out as patience, and he just sat back, bided his time, slowly turned Mr. whatever his fucking face is into an Ood. And I tell you what, pretty grim transformation. Pretty, like, I'll tell you where the budget went here.
Do you think I've got the exact opposite of a note?
You didn't think what?
I think
Are you mental?
I think this transformation is weak sauce. I have to say.
No.
Don't hit me with the fucking boob.
No, you get it. You get it now. Absolutely. Where is it? Hold on, I've lost it.
Maybe I'm not getting it. It's so long in its entirety.
Yes, you deserve the entire thing, all right? Kid, the way he peels back the skin of his head. Yeah. And it's got the Ood head underneath, and then he's just got his skin hanging down.
Yeah, but it's the
horrendous take you are.
No, it's the most blatant. Shut up! It's the most blatant cut.
No. Don't tell me to shut up when you're trying to speak over me. All right? Don't tell me that. Sorry, just because it's a TV show in 2007. Sorry, it doesn't look as good as fucking Transformers. All right, or whatever shit you love.
I've never watched the Transformers.
Yeah. Well. How? What? Why?
I just think it's like a... I don't know. He's just kind of like itching at his head, and then he like... There's such a blatant shot where he like just... He kind of just... Like, people can't see this at home, but for Nathan's sake, he just kind of bends down, goes further down until he's out of frame. And then the next thing, he's just blatantly wearing a bald cap, and his hands are covering his face, so we know it's not... like attached to him properly. It's just and then it's a close up of a peel. I don't know. It's just like makeup wise, it looks cool in close up, but like imagine if it was all in like a single frame and without all these cuts to hide the kind of imperfections.
All right. And you tell me how the fuck they would do that. How the fuck would they take a man looking as he normally does and just peel off his skin and then become an Ood? In 2007, with a limited budget, how are they doing that?
Right, the budget's not too limited.
If it's so easy, go on.
They did this stuff with like the Slovene and that kind of stuff in season 1.
No, are you fucking kidding me? The Slovene transformation looks horrendous.
Yeah, but the skin suits of it all, like that looks fucking great.
It doesn't, because it's mostly CGI.
No, the skin suits.
Literally, the only thing they do that's practical is the unzip.
But it's cool. And like also,
it's an unzip, and then it's just a bunch of lights, and then you have a big CGI green thing pulling its way out of a CGI skin.
I'm just saying, like when you do like the open mouth thing, like just from a blatant side angle, and then it's just the tentacles, like it's like fucking what the In-Betweeners did when the character Simon was sick.
The open mouth was initially shot from the front, and if you watched all of Confidential, you would have seen this.
All right.
The open mouth was initially shot from the front, but then they realized that doesn't work. It doesn't look quite as good, so we'll do it from the side instead. And it was actually a different actor who did that. It wasn't actually an actor at all. It was the best boy who was roped into doing that. Yeah. So there you go.
I just still think that it would have.
So they tried it your way, Lawrence, and it didn't work.
All right.
So they tried it another way, and it looked better.
I think it might have looked better than I dread to think what the first one looked like, because it didn't look good. I like the implication. I think it's all very like haunting stuff, but the body horror of it all just didn't land for me, because I'm just seeing like where 20 people have run around to hide things, and I don't know, just didn't.
You have had some truly fucking batshit takes on this show, but saying that the Slovene transformation looks better than this,
I think it does.
My God, easily your worst. That is fucking insane.
I think the Slovene transformation,
fathom that at all.
I think
the Slovene transformation is nothing.
Let me fucking talk. The Slovene transformation is not nothing, right? It is literally one of the most iconic transformations in Doctor Who. Right?
No, it looks shit. It's an unzip of the forehead, and that's all you get in terms of practicality. The rest is very bad.
But they knew
CGI.
their limitations. They knew their limitations, and they worked around them. And I think it's all the better for it. You get the flashing lights, you get the unzip. It's great. But I'm not trying to I'm not saying I think it was done better. I'm not arguing how amazing it is. Right? It's absolutely fine. I just think it's good. But then this just looks like, I don't know. There's just not much to this. The transformation in itself. Like I said, I like the implication. I just don't think it, practically, I can just plain as day see where the fucking, he dipped his head out of frame, came back up, but his face was covered, and then it was just like a flappy kind of peel, and it was, that was it. It was done. It was, I don't know, boring.
I think you're being way too harsh on it. Way too harsh. I think the way the skin peeled back and the Ood head was revealed, it's horrific, and it's something that stuck with me since I watched it as a kid. I think it genuinely is absolutely great and batshit insane to me. Your take, the fact that you think a zip looks better than that is ridiculous.
Right. Stop landing on it. I'm not holding this up. I'm just saying this doesn't look good.
This does look good. It does look good. You're wrong.
I think you're wrong. But
I think you're wrong.
Well, then I think you're wrong.
Well, you can, but you're wrong for thinking that.
Fine. What happens next? He becomes a big Ood. He's a big Ood man in a nice suit. He looks sharp, I will say.
Yes, he does. First of all, just before that, when he throws the friend of the Ood into the brain, I always had a memory of the brain doing a burp after it swallowed him. But I think I'm conflating that with something else.
That's the Sarlacc pit, right?
Is that the Sarlacc pit?
Yeah, the Sarlacc pit eats Boba Fett and then goes, bruh.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does do it. Yes, you're right. Yeah. You're right. So maybe that's what I was thinking of.
I think it probably is. It's a similar kind of thing, isn't it? Some ground thing swallows a man.
Yeah. Horrendous.
Indeed.
So yes, he becomes an Ood. That's pretty much the end of the episode, to be honest. The day is saved. The Ood are free. Off they pop.
I like that the Sigma is just straight away we'll look after him. It's not like this wasn't a punishment. It was learn our way of life and fucking repent for the horrible shit you did to us.
Now you're gonna be one of us. Admittedly, one of the more smartly dressed one of us. But
no, Sigma's just waiting until the Doctor leaves. He's like, I'm gonna take that suit for myself. Actually, I think I've earned that one for the guys.
No, he doesn't. We'll see Ood Sigma again. He's always showing up in his little outfit.
He does, because this is the first. I don't think he doesn't give the prophecy here, but he implies that
he never gives the prophecy.
Oh, who gives the prophecy?
The old woman on the bus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But I like that Sigma, it's signaling the end. It's signaling that the song is ending, and Tennant is so kind of put off by this. He's in great spirits, and then he's just like.
Can I just say the mixing for this bit was quite bad. I feel because we had the great song in the background. They're the Ood song.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
a beautiful piece of music composed by Murray Gold. Beautiful vocals with some choir, I would imagine. And a really good song, comes back later in the series in a great way as well, but just a really beautiful piece of music. And then it's Ood Sigma, your song is ending. And then the song just cuts off, and the Doctor's like, what? What does that mean? What does that mean? Whoa. And then Ood's like, don't worry about it. Sorry for another time. Take the song with you. And then it just comes back in straight away. And it was oh, okay.
It was a little bit this is a beautiful thing that's like significant to the episode, but then like
Yeah.
the 10th Doctor has to have his big moment where he hears this.
He's got to be vain. He's like, what? Die? No, absolutely not. Not having that. Not in a million years.
He's so forthright in not dying. He's like, don't be playing sad music for me, Murray Gold. Turn it fucking back to the Ood. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little abrupt. I did notice that.
It was. But it's still a nice piece of music nonetheless. And I do just like that whole ending sequence. Again, you know, touched upon this a tiny bit last week, but just again, some of David Tennant's final lines in this series are alluded to here. They're set in stone, and which makes them all the more heartbreaking. Again,
yeah.
But there's some great stuff being done by some great characters, and sad.
It is sad, and the foreshadowing is kind of the fact that you kind of we won't spoil it in case people are watching along, but like where it goes is very kind of upsetting. But I think Donna's had a great fucking run so far. Like, like two separate trips in the TARDIS now, she's made a very big difference to like, firstly, a more intimate difference, but more so to like the Doctor and what his kind of worldview should be. And then in the second time, ending a fucking like era of slavery, a 200-year fucking empire of terrible behavior and slave trade, and she just puts an end to it. Which I love, and I love that the Ood kind of regard them as well. I do think it's quite cute, the Dr. Donna thing.
No matter where they go, however long they go on for, the Ood will be singing songs of the Dr. Donna and thanking them for what they did. And that's just nice, I think.
It's nice until it fucking just ethers you in like the final kind of bit of the season.
Yeah, but we're not there yet, Lawrence.
No.
Where we are is that where you then get a next time trailer, and I immediately screamed for my queen is returning. But that's a story for next week.
We gotta wait.
For now, I will say
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
This is everybody's favourite segment of the show. It's Weirdo of the Week. It's the chance that we get to look back on some of our weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every week and get a chance to celebrate and notify them as we go on this adventure through time and space. So, Lawrence, who is your weirdo for this week?
So we alluded to it a little bit earlier, but my weirdo is, of course, the Claw Grabber Man.
A strong contender for mine as well.
Yeah.
Because what is this man cooking? He is...
He's on some fucking insane shit. Right, and honestly, I've got more to say about him than I have done most weirdos.
all right, well, I'll sit back and let you go.
I think he is a fucking insane man that is like... Everyone knows a guy like this, right? That is like... They're like preppers, but like in a looser sense, they're more like... addicted to just fucking video games or like arcade games, and they're just weirdos. And I think that he's one of them people that like do you get the vibe from him that he's one of these people that loves like driving car games to the point, but like driving the car with a controller isn't enough. He's one of them people that has to buy like the car seat and the steering wheel and install it on his fucking
He's got the full rig.
Yeah,
he's got the full rig. He's got the monitors all around his little setup and everything.
Yeah, I think so. And I think like the last thing that I'll say about him is and this is, maybe we'll cut this. He gives off the vibe of a gun-owning Republican who's really excited someone broke into his house because he finally has a reasonable legal excuse to kill someone.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. I think it checks out. He's been waiting for this day, and he tells the soldiers, he's like, you guys hang back. And I'm like, no, this is their job, and yours is moving crates. Yeah. Stop it. This is not...
I don't think his job is moving crates.
All right, but it's not this, is it?
Well, he's head of security.
Yeah, but
he's not just a forklift guy. He did that as a way to get the dog. He moved the guy who operates the forklift off there so he could do it.
I think if you're the head of security, but you have like 20 armed soldiers, and you're just a guy in a fucking high vis, you're redundant. Just move.
He's not a guy in a high vis.
He's a fucking guy in a high vis.
He's head of security.
If he's walking, right.
he's not in a high vis at all. First of all,
No, but that
his job isn't
vibe,
to just
the
operate.
vibe of
His
it.
job isn't to just operate the crane. You understand that, right?
Yes.
You understand that's not his day-to-day job.
Yes, I do understand that is not his day-to-day job, but this also isn't his day-to-day job. And being the head of security, if you have armed guards, you're not the head of security, are you? Like,
Why not?
because there should be the head of security. The fucking people with the guns.
He's got the gun. Did you not see him shoot all the Ood?
All right, yeah, but he's not a big soldier, is he? The rest of them are big soldiers.
He's a pretty big soldier. He's got a scar on his face.
Well, then fucking use your gun then. Use the fucking thing you've been
does.
trained for rather than this claw grabber thing.
Yeah, this is weird for that. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Right, who's your weirdo? I'm genuinely curious because if it wasn't this man, I'm very surprised.
It's you for thinking that Ood's transformation looks bad.
Okay, stop it. Who is it?
No. When the Doctor and Donna go into the shipping crates and they see the Oods packed in there like sardines, all the Oods are quite uniform, all right? They're all just like staring straight forwards, doing the same thing, except for one of them.
All right, yeah.
There's one Ood right in the corner, and he's so noticeable. But like when they walk in, all of the Ood are looking forward, but then I guess one of the extras in the mask just decided to do some invent their own backstory or something, because as soon as Doctor and Donna walk in, the Ood is just like looking all over the place, like what is going on, what is happening, people are here, and all this sort of stuff, and it's just bad extra acting, which is one of my favorite things. I enjoy it quite a lot.
I do love that they always seeming to think they're always kind of seemingly thinking that this is going to be like their breakout in a role where they're
their moment,
where they're
in
completely
in a
masked
role
up.
where their face is completely covered by an alien mask and all that type of stuff. Fun little fact on the Ood masks, only one of them is mechanical. So like,
Oh, really?
Whenever there's a close up shot of an Ood and like the eyes are moving and that type of stuff, that'll be the same mask. Otherwise, they'll all just like wear a standard one.
That does make sense, to be fair, because like it's not they haven't got a whole lot to go around. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm quite surprised though, because they all feel there's never a disconnect. Whenever you see them in a group, they all feel very humanoid in the sense that like they convey enough emotion, but maybe they all look down, and I'm just like, oh, they're sad.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, I can't say I noticed it, but good weirdo. I like that. I love an extra that just overcommits and therefore makes something a bit worse in the process.
Thank you. You also have a good weirdo, although I don't think you fully understand that character. But there we go.
I understand what I saw, and what I saw was a man being fucking insane.
Lawrence, no one cares because now I have to read out some tweets we received. Or reread them because I was just reading them while you was talking.
You were perusing, were you?
About your weirdo, yes. So, yes, what I do every week is I'll tweet out for some thoughts and reactions on the show. This one was a little late. I apologize about that. I only did it a few hours before we started recording because I forgot, if I'm being honest. But you don't always have to wait. You can tweet in at any time at Still Got Legs Pod. You can also email us at stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com. Okay, so this one is from Diane Evans, who says, "Shit, am I too late? No. I really hope both of yours weirdo of the week is Commander Kess. That man is too happy with a big claw chasing 10. And then he's got a gif from Toy Story of the little green men going, the claw.
Yeah, I like that.
Which is a lot of fun. So he's your weirdo. So there we go. And he was considered for mine.
Yeah, so Dion Evans, I'm
agree with
afraid
you
he's
there.
already been someone's weirdo, so you have to re-choose. And we want your other choice. We don't like to double up on weirdos here, so if you could make another selection.
First of all, that's not true. We have.
Yeah.
And he said he hopes that both of our weirdos was him. He's not saying that's his weirdo.
Oh, I see. Okay, my mistake.
So, yeah.
I apologise.
As always, you're wrong, Lawrence.
Well, you've let him down because he wasn't your weirdo choice this week.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares. 3 episodes in. Oh, sorry. This is from Garen at Garenzilla. Another banger. 3 episodes into Series 4, and they've all been certified bangers. Hard agree. Lawrence does not. It may be the lesser of the 2 Ood appearances up till now, but only here will you find Ood Sigma dish out the most grotesque Twilight Zone-style body horror twist this side of the watershed. They agree. So, batshit take on your end once again. Then I have an ad from World Gold Council. Thank you, Elon. Then from Kate at Star Kate Mall says, here we go. I said this. Assuming the creditancy currency from Voyage of the Damned is the same here, the 50 credits price for an ood is the same as £1 today. Bargain. It is. There you go. Also, this is in brackets. Also, so glad Nathan brought up the Voyage of the Damned currency fucky wucky. It's bothered me for years as a fellow nitpicker. Same. Like, that is something that's been eating away at me for a long time.
I'm glad we finally gave you the platform to express it.
Yeah, I was just going to say this podcast was mostly started so I can air out all these nitpicks and grievances that I have. And this one is from, and I'm going to get this right this time, this is from Magnanimous Acorn Holder. Is that right? Magnanimous Acorn Holder at Soupy Soup Brain, who says, as a young lad going back to watch all the old episodes after Series 5, eager for more Doctor Who, the business dude slowly and painfully transforming into an ood was the scariest shit I'd ever seen. It was the opposite of Doctor Who magic. Long-lasting Doctor Who trauma. And Lawrence, the people are speaking. The people are clearly saying already that your take is insane and batshit.
I'll be honest, I'm not happy with how this has turned out. I didn't need two people to specifically tweet us about this one fucking point in the episode. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. I can only speak from personal opinion. This definitely didn't leave me with any trauma. None of that. It was fine. Do you know what? It was absolutely fine. Nothing special to me.
It doesn't surprise me that it didn't leave you with any trauma because we already know that you already had like a weird sheltered childhood where like you didn't enjoy any like fun family or children's movies or anything like that. So who knows what was going on with you. But everyone is right. And so is Magnanimous Acorn Holder. So there we go.
Lovely. Okay, what's next?
There we go.
Very good.
And then our final tweet is from one Greg Cactus Face.
Okay, he made it. He made it in time.
Greg says, the sphere the Oods hold in their hands is a replacement for part of the alien's brain. It is essentially coloured white. Baseball star Ray Chapman also had his brain essentially removed when he was killed by a baseball to the head in 1920. Fuck, is that true?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, look that up. Is that true? What's his name? Ray Chapman. I'm going to look that up right now.
That is fuck. Do you know what? What is becoming my favourite part of a Greg Cactus Face tweet is how he seemingly leads you down one path and then just completely fucking steers into the wild.
I thought that was going to be like, it was white, just like a baseball. Just
catching a ball in a glove. Yeah. Catching a fucking road ball or something.
Raymond Johnson Chapman, born January 15th, 1891, died August 17th, 1920. He was an American baseball player. He spent his entire career as a shortstop for the Cleveland Indians. Ooh. Death. On August 16th, 1920, Chapman was struck in the head and killed by a pitch thrown by Carl Mays during the game against the New York Yankees at the Polar. Fucking hell.
Jesus fucking Christ. Imagine being that guy that pitched that ball.
Straight up, we just killed a bloke.
So did we get disqualified for this? How's this work?
That is mad. Thank you, Greg. That is genuinely one of the most interesting things I've heard doing this podcast.
How the fuck is it that we this joke started with Greg Cactus Face making a reference to baseball that we didn't understand, and now he's got us like we're so on the edge of our seats that we're like, we have to find out if this is true. We have to find out the validity of this statement.
That is genuinely insane. Thank you for that, Greg. Moving on to the emails. This is from Alex Barnacle, who says, I like this episode, but I always found it weird that the Doctor and Donna were heroes to the Ood when really they didn't do fuck all. That friend of the Ood man probably could have broken the circle, or if they waited longer, the evil dude would have been turned into an Ood and broken it that way. All they really did was get arrested, get a load of Ood shot, and then flip one switch. Anyway, love the pod, guys. Keep going on with your base takes, except hating Adam. Brackets, he is the best Doctor Who character. Incorrect.
Right, hang on. No. Before we address anything else, that's fucking insane. You want to talk about batshit takes? Liking Adam is fucking unbelievable.
You really pissed me off with your take earlier, so you're still up there for me.
No,
in my bad
fuck
books.
off. Fuck off. Remember the emotional strife that we went through having to talk about Adam as an essential part of 3 episodes.
He was only in 2. I haven't seen Adam for quite a while, so...
You're removed from it.
Yeah, I'm removed from it. Whereas your misstep was more recent, so for now, you're public enemy number 1 in terms of Still Got Legs. He's pausing because he's coughing. He does not have a cough button like me.
I've still got a tickle in my throat. What the fuck?
Oh no.
Hang on. I'll recover.
I'm sure you will.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm back. Like I never left Macklemore. Right. I do see what you're saying, but I don't think it's that fucking insane. I think liking Adam is far more insane. I want to address the other stuff, though. The Ood are just nice guys. They're just nice people. So they were probably like, these guys helped. Let's give them some credit.
Yeah. They did write a whole song and said, you're the saviors of our entire civilization.
But it might be a little bit of they're like, thanks guys, you really helped us out, and then they leave. And we're never going to play that song again, are we? That was fucking, I just whipped that up in 5 minutes.
I kind of think I kind of have the opposite opinion. What did the friend of the Ood guy do? Man had been there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And his whole plan was, I'll infiltrate this company, I'll wait 10 years, and then I'll go into the brain thing and
I think he said,
and flip a switch or whatever.
I do think he said he made a point of being because he said, I need to see what's in Warehouse 15, and he was like, no.
Yeah.
I think it's implied he was trying to get in there for some time. And
it seemed very easy for him to get in this episode, though.
It did, yeah. And also just take a risk.
There was a bit of an emergency going on, but there really wasn't much of a struggle for him to get in there.
Yeah, felt like 9 years ago he could have just twisted this guy's arm a bit sooner.
Yeah,
he would have been in a better mood because he would have had more hair as well.
He probably did. He probably did a lot worse work in there than anything.
Yeah,
in terms of weighing the scales on bad things he's done versus good things as for friend of the Ood. He's probably done a lot worse by being part of the corporation.
Yeah, because he would have had to have hit quotas and met agendas and everything else.
Exactly. He'd have had to do his job for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, he got swallowed, didn't he? He got his comeuppance. He got his wrongdoing atoned for.
Would you be a member of Friends of the Ood?
That's hard to say because I'm currently not an active member of any freedom fighting party, and there's terrible stuff on Earth.
You don't have your Just Stop Oil membership?
No, I don't.
Well, okay. Says a lot about you, I guess.
To you?
Anyway, we'll move on, Lawrence.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I've got mine. No, but I follow them on Twitter. So
and there we go, yeah.
I'd be a member of Friends of the Ood, I think.
I would like to think that I would be, but I'm not sure what skills I could hone to help.
I'll be a friend of the Ood. Me and Jeff, we got a podcast.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, you are literally a friend of the Ood. Yeah.
Yeah. that's my interpretation of Friends of the Ood. They just hang out and we're hey, we just gotta get a drink.
My relationship with Friends of the Ood is just Nathan knows an Ood, and I know Nathan. That tracks.
That's somehow worse than what is it that Jay says? Some of my friends have black friends in Modern Family. That's essentially what you just said.
My friends have black friends.
I'm not racist. My friends have black friends. That's essentially what you just said there.
It's true, yeah. Fuck's sake.
Great. Yeah, if you want to write in, please do so. Again, you can do it at Still Got Legs Pod on Twitter or Still Got Legs Podcast at gmail.com. That's it from me. I'm going to lean back while Lawrence boots this bitch home, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, we'll lean back forward this way, Nathan, because do we have any reviews?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. These intros need to be short. These outros need to be shorter, man. They're getting so long. Okay.
We've got too many segments now.
Well, shorten down your outro a bit. Here is a review. It's from Lawrence Heisey. It says, wow, what a fantastic show. This show is jepic. The host dynamic is so palpable and engaging, it almost feels like I know them. Good stuff. Well, thank you, Lawrence Heisey, whoever you are.
Indeed.
You have an awful name. Anyway, Lawrence, carry on.
Yeah. Do I do this outro bit? I thought this is normally you.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. Is this me?
Are you? This is literally always been you.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, in that case, you can give us a little review. I'm way unprepared now. I think I'm.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You've done it for the past 45 episodes.
I guess I have. Okay. Right. Stick with me. If you've enjoyed this, new episodes of this show come out every single Monday. You can give us a little follow. We are on Twitter at StillGotLegsPod. We are also, if you mosey on over, we're also on. Now I remember, I say mosey on over. You can go to TikTok. You can give us a little follow on TikTok. We're getting some traction over there, some good stuff. It's not always consistent, but you'll get videos. You normally get about 3 from whatever the last episode we posted was. So go over there, watch them, and then go. That was so funny.
And like them.
Huh?
Like them and comment on them, engage with them.
Definitely engage and say to yourself after you've watched them, that was so funny, I'd love to go and listen to that again. And go over and listen to us. We are on all podcast platforms, or at least most of them. The popular ones, we're there. Give us a little follow.
All of them. We're on all of them. We're on all of them. We're on all of them.
We're on all of them. And also, while you're on Twitter, you might happen to see a little post reminder that will let you know when new episodes go live. Give us a little review. That'd be much appreciated. I think you can leave an actual text review on Apple Podcasts.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to write you an outro because this is...
I'm fucking getting through it.
You're not. You're doing like 10 monologues at once, all right?
It's a hefty job. There's a lot to say.
Needs to be... I need to write this outro because... This isn't working.
I just want it on record that Nathan wanted to cut me off before I thanked our lovely editor, Travis. So go and give him a follow.
Didn't mention anything about the editor.
I did.
He was talking about reviews.
That's because you cut me off, and I was going to get to Travis, and I was going to get to where you can follow him, which is probably on Twitter at... Bear with me.
Making a big show and dance about how you know this and how good you are. And yet you still don't have it.
My internet. It's my internet's fault.
Oh, is it? Is it? Oh.
Yes, it is. And there's people fucking messaging me because I turned back on my Wi-Fi and now I can't get to the search bar because people keep fucking sending me stuff.
Yeah. So it's at that Travis Bow on Twitter. Well done, Lawrence.
Thank you.
His link tree is also in the description below, so you can find his work there, his other podcasts that he does. I believe he narrated an audiobook as well, which is pretty fucking sick.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, you can go check that out. I think that's available on Audible. Again, link will be in the description below, so check those out.
Indeed, do so. And we are all looking forward to talking about some big potato boys next week, but we will have to see you then. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.